Yes, so in this class we will discuss about the marketing mix and why like marketing mix is important. So what does it mean by marketing mix? So marketing mix refers to the sets of actions or the tactics that a company uses to promote its brand or product in the market. So businesses need to market right offer to the right buyer, right at the right time, with the right prices and under the right ambience and by using the right system. So how we can develop such kind of actions, what are the tactics that can be used to promote a product into the market, and according to the market situation what type of price we should decide and what type of target we should focus on. Like we can divide customer into different categories on the basis of different like geographical basis, on the basis of their behavior we can divide the tourists into different categories. But the thing is that we cannot focus on all the segment that we have decided, that we have made. So we need to focus on a target market, like a selected market we need to focus. So these are called as marketing mix is a set of four decisions which needs to be taken before launching any new product. These variables are also known as the four P's of marketing mix. These four variables help the firm in making the strategic decision necessary for the smooth running of any product or the organization into the market. So this four P's of marketing concept was given by Theodore Levitt, who proposed the four P's framework of product, place, price, and promotion. So it was basically proposed for a general marketing. But if we talk about the tourism industry, where we have the involvement of people, where uh, people, process, and physical evidence. So another three P's were added later when we have understood the importance of tourism and the characteristics of tourism, because of the nature of the tourism offers, like intangibility and perishability. So because of that, three more P's was added and it was proposed by the Bittner. So we will discuss all the seven P's. First we will discuss about the four P's of the marketing, and after that three P's that is totally related to the services marketing, that we will also discuss. So So here you can see in the middle there is a target market, and with the help of this all combination, like what kind of product we should design, what kind of technology can be used to design a product, and what will be the use of the product, what will be the use of the product for the customer, and how conveniently we can deliver the product to the customer, and what kind of quality should be added, or is there any requirement to be like change in the quality of the product, and packaging and branding. These are like product we need to decide a product. Then what are the place, like what type of distribution channel we should adopt to sell the product to the customer. So product, place, price, promotion, people, process, physical, these are the different element of a marketing mix, and it should be planned in a very well so that we can actually focus and we can get the market share within the selected target market. So product is a goods, service, or idea consisting of a bundle of tangible and intangible attributes that satisfies consumers and it is received in exchange for money. So product is nothing but it can be a service, it can be any idea, it can be any goods, So it is nothing but which we are something which we are going to give to the customer, and in exchange we are getting something in return, that is the monetary benefit, that is the money, or we can get some kind of gift as well. So it is the effort of the marketer to satisfy a need and want, and it includes the product variety and assortment, quality of the product, feature of the product, style of the product, brand name, packaging, warranties, guarantees, product logos, so and associated benefits. So there are different subsection of the product. Like in the product, we can give the warranties and guarantees in some cases, and product logos, brand. These are the subsection of the product which help the marketer to convince the customer to buy the product. For example, if we talk about what is the goods, the goods are like food, house, books, car. These are called goods. But if we want to relate this good with the services, so the service which will be delivered in the restaurant, that is like food service, it is a service. Car that will go to garage, and the service delivered by the mechanic will be car service. And house maintenance, teaching which is done by a teacher, that is all called service. So product can be any goods, it can be service. And if we talk about the tourism, we have the combination of both. We have goods as well as service nature, because in the hotel room you can see the, you can you can see the tables, you can see the bed, television, ACs, all these things are product in the hotel room. But if you talk about the ambience of the room and the service delivered by the front office people, this is the, this is like both combination of goods as well as services. Now products mix. So what is the product mix? The complete range of products offered for sale by company. None of the organization want to take the risk of being present in the market with a single product. Like if you will go to any travel agent or tour operator, they don't only focus on a single type of product. They don't only make a single package. They have different types of packages, and these different types of packages focus on different market segment. Yeah. So product mix is a combination of total product lines within a company. How many types of packages a company is having, that is called the product mix. Like in case of Nestle, there are milk-based product like Milk Maid, food product like Maggi, chocolate product like Kit Kat, and other such product lines. So thus Nestle's product mix will be a combination of the all the products lines within the company. In case of tour operator, like we have religious packages, we have uh, adventure packages, we have historical packages, and we have so different types of products we have within one company. So that is called as a product mix. So company product has actually four dimensions. The length, total number of items in the product list of the company. How many numbers of packages a company is having. That is called the length of the company. Now with number of different product line carried by the company. So different types of product. So within the adventure packages, we can have like budget adventure package, we can have the luxurious adventure package. So these are the link within one same category. We are having different packages. But if we talk about the B2, where the uh, where where the package will be very different from the other one. So that is called the width. Depth is nothing but assortment of size, color, model offer in each item of a product line. And consistency, the lesser the variation between the products, the more is product line consistency. We can understand this four dimension with the help of an example in the next slide. So that will be fine. You can easily understand it. So let us take an example of P and G gas as a company and understand product mix. So there are two products that is offered by the company. The first one is the detergent. So in detergent they have different types of varieties, like they have Ariel, Oxy Blue, Ariel Third, Tide Naturals, Tide Bleach, Tide Plus. So these are the different uh, sub-product in the detergent category. If you talk about shampoo, Head and Shoulders and Head and Shoulders Anti-Drop, Pantene Damage Repair, Pantene Pro. So these are another category. These are the sub-product under the category of shampoo. So what is the product mix in this category? The first one was length, right? The total number of items, if you will count, it is 12. Like Ariel is 1, Ariel Oxy Blue is 2. So if you will count the total number of items that is being offered by company is 12. So that is the mix product mix length. And product mix with is the different category, like they have two category, and this under that category they are offering different sub product, like they have only detergent and shampoo category. So their product mix with is two only. Now product mix depth, 7 in detergent and 5 in shampoo. So what is product mix depth? So how many different size of product a company is having under a same category. Like in case of the detergent, we have 7 different types of detergent powders, right? And under the category of shampoo, we have 5 different types of shampoo. So that is called the mix depth. Product mix consistency high, as both are bathroom products. So if you talk about detergent, this can be used for different purposes. We can wash the clothes, and in case of shampoo, we can wash the hair. So their product mix consistency is very high in the both cases, because these two categories are bathroom products. Now we will go to the next point, that is called. Am I clear? Are you getting, Sonal?
Yes, sir. You're clear.
Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now we will go to the next point that is very important, that is called the product life cycle curve or curve. So even like in case of human, we have different life cycle, right? We have uh, we, we we were born as an infant, then we become a kid, child, then after that we become teenage, then adult, after that we become like yeah, old. So these are the life cycle that a human being is having. So in case of product also, a product is having similar kind of life cycle. A product cannot be in the market for a very long time, right? So there are some stages that is called the product life cycle stage. So the first one is the introduction stage, and the second one is the growth stage, and the third one is the maturity, and the fourth one is the decline stage. So this all these stages we will discuss in a very detailed way, so that you can understand what actually happened in case of introduction stage. So in case of introduction stage of the product life cycle, if a company has made a very new product, the product is going to be launched in the market, right? So in that case, if we are at the introduction stage, the sales will be like very less, because the product is not well aware in the market. The customer doesn't know about your product. So because of that, sales will be low, and the cost, high cost per customer. Why the cost will be high? Because the company is not having so many buyers of the product, and because of that even the production level is like not at a very large scale. So because of that the cost per customer will be very high for the company, and profit will be negative. Why profit will be negative? The thing is that when we are launching something into the market, we need to expend a lot of money into uh, promotional strategies or advertising. We need to spend on promotional things. So because of that a very huge amount of money will go into advertising. So because of that we will not be in a situation at the introduction stage to earn the profit on the product that is being sold. So profit in this stage will be like negative. So what will be the marketing objective in this stage? The marketing objective in this stage will be create product awareness and fire. So basically, like if I want to start a company and I have developed a new kind of package, so basically I want the customer should know about our product. So because of that, that will be the my first objective, to make awareness among the tourists and product. So in this case we don't offer different types of product, just offer a basic product. Once the basic product is accepted, we can modify and we can do some kind of innovation in the same product. So in this case we will just offer a very very basic product to the customer. Now the price. So if we are launching a product or any new tour packages in the market, so we need to see what kind of pricing strategies we should adopt. Should we keep the price very high? And if we are keeping the price very high, so in that case the product should be like very unique. And if the product is not unique, there the customer is not going to be attracted. So price is very important. So in that case, what kind of price the company uses? They use like cost plus, like they don't want to earn like so much profit. Like whatever the cost is there to make the product, they just want to get that cost. So that is called the use cost plus pricing in this state. Distribution. So in case of distribution, build selective distribution. So we cannot operate, we cannot offer our product into different market. We need to capture first a single or uh, once one market or two market or three market. So we need to select only like a selective distribution channel, where actually the this kind of channel can be utilized. We will not select so many types of distribution channel. Advertising is like very huge at this stage. I'm not able to read what is written in the advertising, so it's not visible for me. Can you read it? So
Sorry,
now,
sir, what? Advertising.
yeah,
Build
what is written there?
build product awareness, I think. The that thing is there, sir, the recording thing, so even I can't see.
Okay, yeah. So yes, advertising is very important in this stage, because like something which we have created, we need to advertise it, and it is the age of, like you can say, show off. If you are not showing something to the customer, customer is not going to attract it. So advertising is very important, and with the help of that kind of thing, we can create the awareness among the customer. So that was like introduction stage. So these are like very low sales will be there, less profit or negative profit, and the main objective will be to create awareness among the
So
tourists. And we will, yeah.
it's build product awareness among early adopters and dealers for
That
advertising.
is what. Yes.
Yeah, that's
So
what's
that is what, like you have to do the advertising so that you can create the awareness and you can attract the customer in the introduction stage. Now we will go to the next stage, that is the growth stage of the PLC. So in this case, like in the introduction stage, like if we have launched the product into the market and we have done so much advertising and promotional things, so in that case the sales will get like rapidly rising sales because of the advertising. Customer may like our product and because of that sales may increase. Okay, and after that cost, average cost per customer here, in this case the cost will be, uh, the cost of the product will be like very a little less than the previous stage because we are getting increment in the sales because of that. So average cost per customer will be a little less in this case, and profit will try to, company may try to get the profit in this stage because the customer have accepted the product and they are buying the product, so profit may be there. It will try to rise in this stage. And marketing objective will be to not to capture, capture the market share. So in whatever segment area we are launching the product, we will try to capture the market share of that target market. So that will be the marketing objective in the second stage. In the first stage, it was like creating awareness. Now we have created the awareness, so now our objective is a little different. We want to focus on the market share now. And the product, in the case of product, offer product extension, service or warranty. So in the basic product we will try to give some kind of modification, or we try to give some kind of addition in the product, but we are not going to change the product. We are just innovating the product. And uh, in that product we will try to give some kind of service and warranty. So that can be done in the second stage. And the price to play, and the price will be like, penetrate the market. So in this case also the price will be like, not much, it will be like, uh, a little less so that we can penetrate the market. Like in the starting we can keep the price less, and once we are like into the market and we have captured the market share, so slowly we will try to increase the price. And distribution channel, so in this case also like already we have created the awareness among the tourists, so we will try to build new, distribution channel. We may try to develop new distribution point where actually the customer can get the product. So advertising, so in this case also we will do the advertising.
So it's written build awareness and interest in the mass market.
Yeah, so in this case also we will try to build the awareness among the tourists. And but the thing is that we will be mostly focusing on how to capture the market while doing the advertising. So that is the growth stage where where a company may start earning some kind of profit, where the sales will grow, and where the average cost per person will be a little less than the previous stage. Now we will go to the third point, that is the maturity stage of the PLC. So in this case, what actually we have done in the previous stages, we have done service marketing, even in the introduction and the growth stage, we were focusing on the advertising. So because of that, we will be in a position to sell more and more, and in this case, sales will be at, at a peak stage. Sales will be at a peak, stage, and the cost will be low cost per customer. So because we are we are in a position to sell the product and we have captured the, market, so because of that we have a very huge number of customer in our company. So because of that the cost will be low per customer, and profit will be like so much. We have already captured the market in the second stage and we have focused on that. and because of that we are in a position to deliver our product to a very large number of people. So because of that we can earn at this stage a high profits, and marketing objective will be maximize the profit and the while depending the market share. Yeah, the main objective of any company is to earn the profit, but in but the, but just for earning the profit we cannot lose the market share, and we cannot so in that case we are supposed to defend the market share. And how we can defend the market share, that is totally depend on the charges that you are charging from the customer. If sometime if like our product, we have done some kind of innovation in the product and our product is like very unique in the market, so in that case we can charge very you can say we can charge a very high amount of price for the product. But in a case where our product is like basic, similar to the competitor, so in that way we will just try to defend the market share that we have captured. Now in this case product, diversify brand and model. So in this case we will try to do the new innovation in the product, and we will try to diversify the brand into different market segment. Price to match or best competitor. So in this case, like as I have already told, like we should we can just charge as much like the competitor is charging. We, unless and until we are not in a position, we are not in a monopoly position. If we are into monopoly position like this in case of Apple, they can charge whatever amount they want to charge from the customer, because there is no competition for Apple. Like Samsung and Redmi, these are the phone, they doesn't have competition with the Apple. Apple is something beyond the, you can say, beyond the point, because they follow the blue ocean strategies. So blue in what happens in blue ocean strategies, so there will be like very less competition, there will be like you can say no competition for the product of those kind of companies. So Apple is that one example, like BMW. So these are the companies, they follow the blue ocean strategies. So in that case, like we just need to match the competitor price unless and until we are not very unique in the market. And in case of distribution, we will try to create new distribution channels so that we can deliver the services to different segment. And advertising, what is written here?
So
Stress.
it's written stress, brand differences, and benefits.
Yeah.
Stress, brand differences, and benefits.
Yeah, so in this case, we actually will not focus about like product. We will try to advertise our company as a brand. Like in case of Thomas Cook or Make My Trip, they advertise sometimes just to create the brand. So we will mostly focus on how to create the brand, and even we will a little focus on the product that they have already launched. So that is, in this case also a little advertising can be done to focus on the brand. Now the decline stage of the product life cycle. So it is the last stage. In this case, the sales will start declining because like we can see a new product come has come in the market. So because of that, we are not into position to offer the same product to the customer. If we want to sustain in the market, we will always be in a position to innovate our product, and we should always be in a position to identify the changing preferences and tastes of the customer. So in that case, if the company is not in a position, so they will not be able to sell more and more. So in this state, the sales will get start declining. Uh, Cost, low cost per customer, because we have already created the uh, market share. So because of that, in this case also the cost will be low a little per customer, and profit will start declining as well, because we are losing the market now. So because of that, the profit will start declining. Marketing objective will be to reduce expenditure and milk the brand. So what actually will happen in this case to marketing, the company will try to you can see this one. Yeah. So company may try to reduce the expenditure, like those who are working in the company, and if they are not providing, if they are not efficient, so they can reduce the salary, or they can just you know terminate him. They can so this kind of things can be done. Whatever extra expenses are there, company will try to reduce that extra expenses. And the product phase out weak items. So if we have launched a product, in that we have launched so many subcategories in the similar product, so we will try to phase out weak items. So like those products which are not going to sustain in the market, those are not getting any kind of customer, so we will try to just avoid selling it anymore. And price will be like cut price. We cannot charge so much, like we will just try to charge just to sustain in the market. And distribution channel. So in this case, because our product is now not getting so many customers, so we will go again selective. In case of like introduction stage, we have selected a particular kind of distribution channel, so in this case also we will just go selective. So we will just phase out unprofitable distribution channel, those who are not giving any profit to the customer, we will just try to close it out. Okay. And the advertising, what is written?
So it's written reduce to level needed to retain hardcore loyal customers.
So yeah, advertising will be just to will be just done to to keep the customer who are like very loyal to the customer, even though the product is like out of the stage, but still they are loyal. So because of for them, we will try to focus on them mostly. And yeah, so these were the product life cycle. So in case of destination, like in case of food packages, and in case of destination also, we have product life cycle. Even in case of tourism attractions, that is called tourism area life cycle. So we can relate this life cycle with different packages, destination attractions. So in case of like tourism, we can say we can relate with the destination as well. So in case of destination, we can say some destination try to, like we have already discussed, like different approaches in the marketing concept, like boosterism approach, then economic approach, economic planning approach, and marketing approach, and societal approach. So it is, you can say, a little similar that kind of thing. Have you understood this product life cycle? Is it clear
Yes,
everything?
sir.
Okay, I should go next now. Now we will discuss about the price mix. So, what is actually the price? Price, it can be defined as economic value of the product, normally expressed in the form of money. So, I think someone has put the mic unmute. Okay, yeah, it should be said in a such way that buyers can buy and company can earn adequate profit, because without profit we cannot sustain in the market. Even though service is very important for the customer, we should deliver the good services to the customer. But we should not only focus on the service part. Right? We have to earn something to sustain in the market. So basically, the price set in the beginning has to be reviewed and reformulated from time to time. Sometimes we can fix a different price, sometimes we can fix a different price. It is totally depend on the demand and the supply of the product. So different types of price strategies we are going to discuss in the next slide. Yeah. So in case of deciding the price, we have different pricing strategies. The first one is the net net present pricing. So organization sets a low price to increase sales and market share. Once market share has been captured, the firm may well then increase their price. So in this marketing strategies, we will try to focus how to capture the market, and we will sell our packages at a very low price so that we can capture the market and we can create the awareness among the tourists. In future, maybe we will like in future we may earn something like out of market share that we have captured. So penetration pricing may be useful if launching into a new market. Like in case of introduction stage, we can adopt this kind of pricing strategies. Like uh, like in case of television satellites, companies set a low price to get the subscriber, then increases the price as their customer base increases. So that is one strategies that we can adopt as per the market share we have, or if we are launching a new product, so we can adopt this kind of the pricing strategies. Penetration pricing we can take into consideration. Now the second pricing strategy is value pricing. So this approach is used where external factors such as recession or increased competition force companies to provide value product and services to retain sales. Example like value meals at McDonald's and other fast food restaurants. So value price means that you get great value for the money. The price that you pay makes you feel that you are getting a lot of product. So value pricing is nothing but the customer should feel like he is getting a lot of services whatever the amount he is paying. So that is called the value pricing. So how we can do in case of tourism? So in case of tourism we can do like some kind of like different small services we can give, like in case of their birthdays we can provide the small cake as a complimentary basis, so they will feel like yes they are getting the value for money whatever we have expended. So that can be done in the deciding the different types of pricing for your product. And the third one is the psychology pricing. It refers to the techniques that marketers use to encourage customer to respond on emotional level rather than the logical ones. So if you will go to like any travel agent or tour operator, sometime you might have seen like they used to quote like 9,999. Even in case of fashion, if you will go to any mall, you can see like in case of 1,000 rupees they used to quote 999. So because of this, because it impact our psychology. We think that we actually paying less, but actually we are not paying less. We are just paying 1 rupees less. But that kind of strategies can be adopted, where customer can be uh, emotionally we can act, we can convince, like we can decide that kind of pricing strategies, and we can emotionally attract the customer. So that is called the psychology pricing. Is it clear? So,
Yes, sir.
okay, now I'll go to the next point, that is scheming pricing is just opposite to the penetration pricing. So in this case what happens, like initially product will be introduced at a higher price and subsequently settle down for a lower price. Like in case of mobile phone, like if there is any offer on the Redmi, if any new product is being launched like by Redmi company, so what happens? They charge whatever they want to charge, but slowly the same phone you can get at a lower price. So that is called the skidding price pricing. And now the competition pricing is nothing but like setting a price in comparison with the competitor. In reality, a firm has three options. So either either a company can set a price which is lower than the competitors, either a company can set the price which is similar to the price of the competitor, either they can charge uh, higher amount in case they have unique product. So there are three options available. Either we can charge less or same or more than what the competitor is charging from the customer. Bundle pricing is nothing but in case of like the organization bundles a group of product at a reduced price. Common methods are like buy one and get one free promotion. So this strategy is like very popular with supermarket, like buy a two t-shirt and you will get an uh, one t-shirt free. Like buy two jeans you will get next another jeans free. So this kind of strategies can be done where we can make the product into a package. Like in case of tourism, like stay 2 night in a hotel and you will get the third night complimentary. That kind of things can be done. So this is called the bundle pricing. So in this case we are not selling the single one night. So we can, instead of selling one night, we can sell the 2 night and we can provide this kind of we can adopt this kind of strategy so that we can attract the tourists. Uh, Now the another pricing strategies that we can adopt is like use a high price when there is a unique brand. This approach is used where a substantial competitive advantage exists and the marketer is safe in the knowledge that they can charge relatively higher price. Such high prices are charged for luxuries such as cruise, Sway hotel rooms and first class air travel. So like have you heard about like uh, Royal Palace on Wheels, Deccan Odyssey? So these are the like very luxurious trains in India. So I they can charge this kind of price. They can charge a very high amount of price because their product is different, and even like if they are charging, the market share will not going to be affected because they have like you can say monopoly in the market. So because of that, in case of unique product, in case of monopoly, we can charge this kind of price. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Clear. Now the another point that is called the discount pricing. So in this case, we can like say this. So discount price is nothing but like in case of tourism, it play a very important role. Like in case of like in the discount pricing, we have different types of discount like seasonal, quantitative discount, price discount, time discount, cashback. So in case of seasonal discount, what actually happen in case when there is low demand for a destination. So in that case, we can offer a product at a lower price in, when there is when the demand is less for the destination. So that is called the seasonal discount. Quantitative discount is nothing but like in case of group booking, if a travel agent or tour operator is buying in a bulk quantity, like they can purchase 3,000 room nights from a hotel. So in that case, they will get a very huge discount because they are buying in a very huge quantity. So this is called the quantitative discount. Like even if you will travel with your family, with your friend, so in that case you can also get that kind of discount. And price discount is nothing but like uh, it is like discounts are given on a specified amount of price. Like if you will buy uh, like up to 10,000 rupees, you will get some kind of discount. Like if you are buying a hotel which is like 1 lakh for 5 nights, something like that. So on the amount specified specified amount of purchase that you are doing, so on that you can get the discount. Like if you are, if a company is saying that if you will buy this product, this is like 50,000 packages. So if you are buying the product, like you are paying 50,000 rupees, so in that you can get some like 5% rupees as a price discount. So you can buy like 25,000 rupees the same product. So that kind of strategies can be adopted when a specific amount of money is being paid by the customer. And time discount is nothing but if you will go to any pub or any bar, so there is a happy hour. So like in case of pubs and bar, what happens like from 6 to 8 p.m. Like nobody likes to go to during that hour. So in that hour, usually they used to provide this kind of time discount for a specific period of time, like 2 hours, 3 hours. So why they are doing that kind of thing, so that they can attract customer during that low peak hour, so that this kind of things can be done to attract the customer during the low peak hour. And cashback is nothing but like uh, cashback is actually given after once you have finished the trip. So that is that kind of things a company may adopt. Like they can provide the time discount, price discount, quantitative discount, cashback. All these things are being done by the company. Is it clear? Should I go to the next point?
Yes, sir. You can go to the next one.
Yes. So we have already discussed the product. The company is supposed to make a product, and after they have made the product, they are supposed to make a they are supposed to decide the price of the product. And once they have done these two things, where actually we can say, so place is nothing but it represents the location where a product can be purchased. It is often referred to as the distribution channel. It can include any physical store as well as virtual store on the internet. So in case of physical store, like we can say tour operator, travel agent, so these are like physical store. In case of tourism, and with the help of this kind of distribution channel, we can purchase the services. And in case of virtual store, we have different types of uh, travel website like MakeMyTrip, Yatra.com, GoIbibo, Expedia, Travel Boutique. So many websites are available. So even like physical store can be a distribution channel. Even the virtual store can be a distribution channel uh, in case of tourism. So physical distributions are activities involved in transporting product from the producer to the consumer. In case of not in case of tourism, in case of manufacturing industry. So basically, it is like these are the distribution channel. They transport the product from the producer to the customer. But in case of tourism, they have tour operator, travel agent, and some online travel portals. So place is nothing but what are the location we should focus on, and what type of distribution channel is supposed to be chosen. So that is called the place. Like duty free stores at airport. So these are like examples of distribution channels. Promotion, like once we have decided the product and price and the distribution channels, like these are the people they are going to sell the product of the customer. Now the fourth point is that we are supposed to focus on the promotion, because if we are not creating the awareness, we will not be in a situation to uh, capture the customer, capture the market share. So because of that, promotion is also very important. A suitable promotional strategies can be adopted. Sometimes we can take the help of newspaper. Sometimes we can give the advertisement in the uh, travel magazine. Sometimes we can take the help of travel blog, and we can launch a video on YouTube. So different types of platforms are available in case of promotion, and as per the requirement of the company, they can choose the platform. They can choose the social media if they have so many followers. So that kind of things can be done. So promotion, place, pricing, and product. These were the four P's of marketing. Now we will go to the uh, in the promotion, like all promotional work should be based on the AIDA principle. So first is like attention, second is impress, and the fourth one is desire, and fourth one is third one is desire, and fourth one is action. So the attention of the potential customer is sought, and interest is created through colorful picture and bold letter. So we can make the product, and we can give the advertisement. So if a person is going to see the advertisement, we will get attentive to it, and after that we will try to create the interest and desire. We can create by offering discount with the advertisement. And action is nothing but triggered off by giving details of the place to contact, such as address, timings, direction to reach, contact number, email address. So all the promotional work should be based on the AIDA principle. Like we need to create the attention. Once we have created the attention, we need to create the increase. Then by offering some like discount kind of thing, we can create the desire. And now going all the information about the destination, about the tour packages, so that he can trust on the company, we can change his mind to purchase the product. So that is called AIDA principle. Now people, like if in case of tourism, people is very important, and the service which is being delivered by this kind of people is very much affected with the nature of from with the nature of this kind with the nature of the people. Like in case of travel, tour operator and travel agent, they have the employees working there, and they are directly in touch with the customer. And if their nature is not good, the service will not be like very good. The customer may be dissatisfied with the way the employees are talking with them. So people is one of the element of service marketing mix. People define a service. If you have a restaurant, your sales and service staff defines you. If you have a hotel, your front office people defines you. Many companies nowadays are involved into especially getting their staff trained in interpersonal skill or soft skill and customer service with a focus for the customer satisfaction. So people are like very important in the tourism industry. Because of that, we will always keep training to them. Like in case of travel agent and tour operator, most of the people, those who are working in this sector, they doesn't belong to the travel sector. they didn't have like any kind of education in travel and tourism. So because of that, we are supposed to give training to them so that they can understand the importance of the tourists. Earn, they can learn the soft skill, how to talk, how to interact, how to smile, how to always keep smile on the face. This kind of things can be done. And the another point is like process is very important. The way the service is being delivered to the customer create a very good experience. And it is not if it is not done in a very proper way, then it will create the dissatisfaction among the tourists. So service process is the way in which a service is delivered to the end customer. Like McDonald's thrive on their quick service, and the reason they can do that is their confidence on their process. Like in case of Domino's Pizza, they have promised like you will get the pizza within 30 minutes. And why they are saying that? Because they have like they can do it. They have that kind of process. So that kind of things can be done. On the other hand, like the how do people consume services, and what are the process do they have to go through to acquire the services. So in case of tourism, we can automate the process. Like we can deliver some services with the help of technology, like online bill checking we can do. In the airline sector, we can do the booking with the help of travel portal. So it is nothing but how actually we can create a good experience while delivering the services, and what are the processes that can be adopted. The process is nothing but the way the service is being delivered to the customer. Now the physical evidence, like to create a better customer experience, tangible elements are also delivered with the services. So we already know like uh, tourism tourism's offers are like very much having the nature of intangibility. So while convincing the customer, we can create the tangible aspect as well in that intangibility. So for example, a restaurant which has only chairs and tables and good food, or a restaurant which has ambience, lighting, nice music along with good sitting arrangement, and this also serve good food. Which one will you prefer? Of course, you will prefer the second one because they have different other services, like they have the music, they have good ambience, they have the lighting. So this kind of things can be done to create the tangibility into intangibility. Is it clear? Physical evidence.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So now I'm done. I think yeah. So I just stop the